Hey everybody! So this Saturday we've got Wake Forest, and clearly it's a big game because simply every game is a big game when you're undefeated, and you want to stay that way. I'm obviously very stoked that we're 4-0, and we haven't been such since 2014. So it's really sweet. And look, we've been looking through our schedule, and we should be winning these games. There really shouldn't be a game left on the schedule that we lose, to be honest. But we're gonna start, this stretch of ACC games here, and it's gonna go up until the Georgia game. So ACC grind from here on out, and it starts with Wake Forest at Wake Forest on Saturday at noon. And I'm excited for it. We have a really good winning record against Wake Forest. Like, we own them. Last time we went up there, we whooped them, and it wasn't an issue. And nowadays, they're in like a full on rebuild. It's their coach's first or second year there, and they're not a great team. Although Brent Key has been pumping them up in the press conferences, and it's funny because he said that they were the best team that we faced so far, which might be true. Might be true. I know he didn't mean it like that. He was saying it as far as, next game up is the most important game, blah, blah, blah. But Wake Forest might actually be the best team that we faced so far. So, kind of funny. At first of this year, well, I went into the year thinking they'd be terrible. And then at first I kind of thought they were because they beat, Kennesaw State 10-9 in a knockdown dragout. And I was like, geez, man, these guys are down bad. But, they wind up I watched their game against NC State, which was 16 days ago. So they hadn't played, or it'll be 16 days by the time we play them. And they haven't played in a couple weeks now, which is pretty crazy that they've had all this time off, and I'm sure that they've been, preparing like crazy for us. But they looked actually somewhat competent on offense in that game. And as far as defense, not so much, but they weren't as horrible as you would think for a team that had to beat Kennesaw State 10-9. Now, I didn't watch the Kennesaw State game, but the only game I've seen, is their game against NC State, which wasn't a bad team, and they put up a pretty good fight at least. So, obviously, like, I think that we're the better team. We should beat them. It's kind of crazy, like, being this much. We're a 2-touchdown favorite on the road. It's crazy to be in this position because, like, in the past years, we've been in the spot, or we've been, we've been in the spot that Wake Forest is in right now, where they've got, a ranked ACC team coming in a town, and they're hoping to upset us. So the tables have turned a little bit as far as that, because we used to be the unranked, scrappy guys. Now we're the kind of guys with the target on our backs. We're ranked. We're big bad freaking Georgia Tech, and everybody's coming after us. So it's kind of funny how that turned around, right? But as far as the game, I'm looking forward to, playing it. I don't think we're going to lose, but a part of me, obviously, being undefeated is very nervous because Georgia Tech freaking has done this under Key. We've had consistency issues, and, like, the mental outside stuff gets to their head so bad. I mean, it was in the first year, so, like, I'm not holding it against them, but you saw that year big time. It was flip-flop, flip-flop. They won a game, lost a game, won a game, lost a game. Every single day of the freaking year, or of the season, every week, it was win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. So, it was like this team can be very hot and cold, and obviously we've gotten better, got more consistent and stuff like that, and we're performing week to week. And I said this after the Clemson game, which Clemson doesn't look like that good of a win anymore. I think that we probably got their best, performance that they were going to get the year, and then they gave up. We'll see how it, proceeds the rest of the year with Clemson. But I said that after the Clemson game, I was like, this will be, you know, winning and being consistent every week to week throughout the ACC is going to be harder than winning just that one game. So I fully believe that, we got to stay hungry and can't get complacent, can't, take anything for granted, because everybody's going to be coming to want to come after our freaking backs, right? Because we're big bag ranked Georgia Tech, and everybody wants to spoil our fun. So here's hoping we go undefeated. I'm obviously looking ahead. I've been talking about it like, oh God, when are we going to get upset? But I don't think it's going to happen against Wake Forest. They're, like I said, they're completely in a rebuild, and I don't know. But they've had a lot of time to prepare, so there's that too. But anyway, it'll be very interesting to see. Hopefully we can get there, start out 5-0, and dang, we'll be that much closer to dang bowl eligibility, which is crazy to think about, like the position we're in lately. So hopefully we can take down Wake Forest. I'll be at Rec Talk's place. We'll be streaming it on his channel, so if you want to watch our reaction to the game, tune into that. And I will see y'all Saturday at noon to watch Georgia Tech versus Wake Forest. Go Jackets, beat Wake, and I will see y'all on Saturday.